Hello friends, coming to you from my office today. I had an entirely different video in the works set to go this week. I had a whole day's worth of footage, and when I looked back at it, I just couldn't use it for various reasons. So the main point was going to be walk you through a busy week sort of thing, but now I think I'm just going to share with you a couple little bits of some journals I've been enjoying. So a little bit of journal planner stuff, and then talk about what's coming up for me in the next week or so. So first things first, because we should start with fun things. I spent some time with my whimsy journal the other night and was trying to put together some winter spreads, because this has really turned into a seasonal journal of sorts, which I really love. So I have Valentine's Day card from a friend. This is a sweet little winter page with a winter journal, a zine from a friend's Substack, and a little poem. And then I put together this spread, which I really am in love with. So it's all about, it's got snowy owls from, I think it's a lino cut from of course another Patreon, and a little zine about snowy owls. But then I had these value statements that came with a deck of value cards. I don't know if you can see them. And they just went really well with a snowy owl and thinking about wisdom. I really liked that. And then I finally cracked open, this is a junk journal that my friend Gina put together for me. I had been I wasn't sure when and how to dive in. I wasn't feeling ready, but then I was going through some of the stuff from my bulletin board that I had taken down from last year that I wanted to put somewhere, and so I started some spreads. And so these are little reminders I had up for myself on my board. Failure isn't something to be afraid of. I'd be more afraid of regret. I embrace the organic growth of my writing life, and writing must be its own reward. And that last one was a quote from Anne Lamott. Then I had a picture of me and Paige from way back when, and I threw on our ticket stub from Wuthering Heights from the other week, and we did make it down to good stock again in Kennebunkport a couple weekends ago, and she and I made the start of a new charm bracelet for both of us, entering kind of a new chapter in our lives. And then this sweet card that my friend Tracy made me years ago that was on my board, and then put together some other. I love putting little envelopes in, and this one has this tiny little quote. Let's see. So sweet. So sweet. So yeah, I was really enjoying these, and it was so fun to just spread everything out, get busy, play with some different glues and things, and just have fun. I also, when I was digging around through all of my stashes for things, I found this traveler's notebook that a friend of mine had given me a couple Christmases ago. And it's not a size that I generally find comfortable to use, so I don't really use traveler's journals that much, but I thought what could be a really fun use is making this our park planner for the year. So I will take notes on all the times that we go to different state parks, and I slid in my 2026 Parks Pass for the main parks and lands. I've got a map with all of their locations. I'd like to do some decorating on these, but I think it would be fun to just note when we use the pass, where we use it, because Lucas and I in particular are looking forward to heading out and trying some different parks, or just parks that we haven't been to before. So that'll be fun. Big change is that, so the big change is that I'm not using my hemlock and oak planner that I had started the year with. Just didn't feel quite right. it's beautiful, the paper is gorgeous, the layout is gorgeous. It just wasn't fitting my needs. So what I think I'm going to do is actually use that for some other journaling, maybe some collage. I've been really inspired by friends who take old notebooks, old books, and use that as the base for their like junk journaling and things. So I think that's what I'm going to do with that. But I was trying to think of what I needed from a planner. And to be honest, I didn't want full days because that felt like too much of a planner. I'm having a little trouble with organizing my thoughts these days. And so I came across this year task planner from Appointed. And luckily, because we're in March, all of the 2026 planners are on sale. So it's a great time. If you're not loving your current planner that you started the year with, I think it's a great time to look around, see what else is there, try something new. And so this one, it's very, very simple, which I think is what I really wanted. Each month starts off with a page where you have, monthly goals, important dates. There is a monthly spread. And then each week, very, very simple. On the one hand is like, there's time for a slot for each day. And on the other page, this is what I really wanted it for. There's priorities, tasks, and notes. And there's lots of space to write. I think that's what I was feeling with the hemlock and oak. The squares were very tiny. My writing wasn't fitting in. It didn't feel like there was enough room to really make the notes that I wanted to make. So I'm only on the first week of trying this. I will report back and let you know how that's going. For work, I'm still using my regular system that I've used for the last couple years, my writing notebook. And each week or each month, I have a list of, all of the big monthly to-dos and goals. And then each week I make a list where I have my meetings. I think this one is broken up where I have meetings, work for my manuscript, Patreon to-dos, YouTube to-dos, manuscript I'm consulting on for other people, and then anything else that comes up, one-on-one work, etc. And so this is kind of what I pull from each day. And this is where it gets a little messy. I've really been liking to-do lists that I throw away at the end of the day. I think it has something to do with just being done with the day. Over the years, I have accumulated a lot of just notepads, like pretty little notepads, and so I'm finally making use of them. So each day, I sit down and take my notepad, take these two planners, and make a list of what I need to do, kind of a brain dump and everything. Yes, you could use a bullet journal for this sort of thing and have everything in one, but that's just not where my brain is. So I am really enjoying making a to-do list, checking off things. Some days I have to write on there, take a shower, because that feels like a monumental task. And so I will check it off. It just feels really good. And like I said, to either put a piece of paper in the fire and watch it burn if we've got a fire going, or throw it in the trash and kind of be done with it. Yes, it's nice to track all the things, but these two are holding the important things. So I think there's something to be said for kind of wiping our hands at the end of the day and saying we did what we could. Let's get some rest and move forward. So on the topic of rest, I am going to be taking it next week off. I'm taking it off because my kids are on spring break. Finn will be coming home, Paige will be home, and I just want to be able to spend some quality time with them. I shared over on Patreon in March's video that I'm feeling burned out, and it's not necessarily the work that I'm doing. It's some emotional stuff that came up last year that I'm still processing and really trying to release. And it's exhausting. It's exhausting to think all the time. We are living in this really challenging time. Every time is challenging, but I think you all know what I mean when I say there's a lot going on right now. And And yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to figure out what's working, trying to figure out how to make things work. So I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of a break. And I think that, you know, it might be a little bit longer than just next week. We'll see. We'll see what comes up. But I'm feeling the need to really kind of spring clean things in my brain as well as around the house. So I will definitely be back. I'm not saying goodbye to YouTube at all. I really do love making these videos, and I love connecting with you all. It's just, I need some quiet. I need some quiet, and I need some time with my little family, and to just kind of rest and be. So this is a quick one because, like I said, I had a whole other thing planned and in process, and it's a busy week. I've got a meeting to get to in a couple minutes, but I wanted to come on and say hello, share some of the fun little things in my journals that I've been loving and enjoying. And I'd love to hear what's working for you this year in terms of planning, and if at some point you have to switch things up, because I think it happens more than we probably like to share. We start off strong in January, or just start off, and then a couple months later our needs change. And I think that would be fun. The fun thing about a bullet journal would be being able to change like that, or to change with your needs in one place. But I'm not a big bullet journal person because I don't want to have to make the spreads. I don't want to have to do all the things. So keep trying different areas. All right, friends, be well, take care, and I will see you very soon. Have a good couple weeks. If you really need a Corinne fix, there's a bunch of Patreon exclusive videos over on Patreon. Oh, last thing. My friend Kendra over at This Cozy Space put out a gorgeous video this week that explores finding joy in the everyday. So I would love for you to go over and check out that video. It's beautiful. She did a great job on it. And yeah, I hope you're able to find some joy in your life. So I will put that video link below. And yeah, I will see you soon, friends. Be well. Until next time, take care.